What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Bino. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're keeping safe out there in that crazy world. I wanted to jump on real quick here and share with you my recent customer service experience and recent interaction with Fortin amplification. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because a lot of the time when we hear about like customer service experience, especially I think within like the gear and like guitar world, there tends to be a lot of negativity. And I'm not saying that negativity is unwarranted, because a lot of the times it's warranted because people aren't happy. They're not happy with their product that they bought, or there's an issue that they have, and maybe they've tried to reach out to the company and they're not happy with the response that they were given. And sometimes they reach out to social media platforms like Facebook, or they go on a forum, or even here on YouTube, and they make their complaints public. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of good has come from people doing that. There's a lot of awareness that is brought onto some issues that were normally swept under the rug, or things that were not just taken care of because companies weren't stepping up. And what's great to see is when those companies do step up and they do make a change and they do make it right for the customer, and then they look internally and they make changes to their customer service and their process going forward. That's the positive. That's what you want the outcome to be. Now, wouldn't it be great if every company just did that anyways, without the pressure from social media, without sort of the public outcry? But unfortunately, that's just the way it is sometimes. But what we don't often see a lot of is when a company does something right, when they have great customer service. Because generally speaking, when people are happy with the customer service, or they're happy with what they got, they sort of keep silent about it, because that's the expectation. Of course I got the product that I want, or of course the company took care of me, and nobody really takes the time to talk about that and celebrate that. It tends to be just broadcasting negativity, which is salacious, right? It increases video views and interactions with people, and people like to get the pitchforks out and say, well, fuck that company and let's all pile on. And like I said, sometimes that is warranted. Sometimes it takes that for the company to wake up and change their ways. So I'm not knocking that, and I'm definitely not trying to take away from anybody's negative experience that they've had with potentially Fortin or any other company out there, because like I said, it's important that we talk about these things. But I thought I would just share some positivity, my personal and recent experience with Fortin, because I was impressed. Now I just want to mention and get this out of the way, I am not affiliated with Fortin. I am not sponsored by Fortin. Fortin didn't ask me to make this video. I'm not sponsored by anybody, guys. I'm a pretty small YouTuber. I have a great following and I love you all, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm a tiny channel. All of this gear that I use on my channel, I've bought myself. These are all my opinions. This is how I feel about the gear, and this is how I feel about my recent customer service experience. All right, so last week sometime I was prepping a bunch of gear, getting ready to shoot a video, which will come out another time. I won't talk about that video right now. And I went to use this Fortin 33 and I noticed it wasn't working. Essentially what had happened, the pedal would only work when it was turned all the way up, 100%. If you move this knob even slightly back, it cut out, it just stopped working. So anything from 0 to let's say 99 wouldn't work. I looked up Fortin's customer service email and I sent them an email. And I described the issues that I was having with the pedal, and I said, hey, what do you suggest? So I sent that email at 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and that same night at 9 p.m., Fortin actually wrote me back and said, hey, we're really sorry to hear your issue. Where are you located? So I let them know that I was in Canada, in fact, not very far from where they're located. And they wrote me back and said, well, in that case, here's our Canadian address, just send it back to us directly. So on Monday morning, I boxed up the pedal, and then by Monday afternoon, I dropped it off at the post office and it was in the mail. So anyways, now it's 11 a.m. on a Wednesday and I receive a shipping notification that Fortin has in fact received the pedal. And what do you know, that same day I get an email from Mike saying, hey Scott, it was a bad volume pot like we thought. Really sorry about that. I've already fixed it. It's gonna be in the mail tomorrow. Needless to say, I was pretty surprised. I was expecting an email saying like, we received the pedal, we'll do a diagnosis on it, and we'll schedule in a work order to get it fixed, and we'll let you know in a couple weeks when it's ready. But no, Mike fixed it the same day, had it boxed up and ready to ship out the next day. What more can you ask for? So anyways, the pedal ships out on Thursday and it spends like 2 days in transit, and I already have it in my hands. Also, I think it's worth noting that at no point did Fortin ask when I bought the pedal, where I bought the pedal, if I bought the pedal new or used, how I used the pedal, did I do something to the pedal that caused the damage? There were literally no questions asked, and to me, that's a sign that they stand behind their product and wanted to make it right, regardless of why it stopped functioning. And when I opened the box, I included a couple Fortin stickers, which I thought was cool. And what's really neat is on the bottom of the pedal, they actually added a new logo, one of these raised Fortin logos, which I think look pretty awesome. And I thought that was a nice touch. Check it out. And actually, I just noticed this as I'm filming this, but Mike also signed and dated the box, which is pretty cool. All right, so all that's left to do is to plug this thing in and make sure it sounds as brutal and crushing as it always has.